I think this is a perfect segue, kind of fall into reason why we had to do this. So if you don't know,
bam, 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 bam.
You know,
breaking news.
We were playing with,
right,
and you know, I mean, we had been in a situation that was very beneficial for them.
Yeah,
as far as I'm saying, them meaning the guys QJ and Zai, and also beneficial for the program as well.
Yeah,
you know, I think they had really established themselves as a very good team, of a very competitive team. They had some good pieces. Like just to kind of look at in the past, you talking about at times where, you know, we had small guards and they literally were the smallest guys on the team at 6'3". Your 3-man was Bryce. He started at 6'5", 6'6". John 6'6", 6'7".
Come on the death row.
So, I mean, they had a very good group. You know what I mean? They all chill with each other. They all mess with each other, had a good little vibe and everything. But, you know, unfortunate, you know, we were supposed to fly out to St. Louis on Thursday, and due to whatever unfortunate events that may be, I'm not one to judge. You know, it just didn't happen the way it should have happened. So as a result, we were kind of left to find a situation for our guys to make sure they were able to play in the live period. You know what I mean? So, I mean, shout out to their coach who went on Twitter and was a very big advocate about finding a place for the guys. You know, shout out to just all the people around that knew Chris, knew myself, knew of the guys, you know, took our word for just, you know, vouching for some of the guys to help them find a situation. Like, it really took a real big basketball community over within a 12-hour period to make sure that guys that were not at fault for missing something were placed in a situation they still could thrive and still be seen.
Salute Chris, salute Wayne for doing that for the kids. About the kids.
I mean, about the kids, and, you know, salute the parents that were able to be, you know, flexible to figure something out for their child as well. You know what I mean? But you know, as a result, you know, our guys had to find a situation, you know, within the time period to find a place to play. Unfortunately, you know, I wish there was more verbiage as to what happened, why happened, and you know, more than anything, I just felt like it's a conversation that needs to be had with the guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, because I feel like more than anything else, these are young men, and you know, I'm okay with me not being, you know, in the loop, but I feel like as young men, they should have been privy to conversations as to what's going on, what happened, and just to salvage a relationship with them as young men going forward.
Well, this too, Wayne, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's this the time that counts for them. So you can't do that. You can't do whatever's going on, know the whole story, but we owe it to these guys. If y'all watching these coaches, we owe it to these kids. When they get to high school, this when it really counts.
Yeah.
And whether it's 9th grade, 10th grade year, this stuff really counts.
Yeah, and I guess to kind of break the third wall a little bit, just so everybody kind of understands inside more of a succinct way what happened. So in essence, the guys, they were supposed to fly out on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of like this will fall under like the horror stories of the circuit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This will be like a very specific scenario. We don't necessarily have to like point blame, but we can kind of talk through the concept of what happened.
Yeah. Exactly.
Where and as a parent, this is something that you also have to be able to deal with in real time, even with like the conversation that you have to have with your kid as well. So again, like this is a group of kids that are looking and knowing they're coming off team camp. They done gained some momentum. There's again coaches contacting their coach, high school and otherwise, saying, "Hey, when y'all like we will be in St. Louis, we're looking to see you guys XYZ."
Yep.
The other ones is like we're gonna make sure that we're pulling the footage up on Synergy. So like all of the kids, they're ramped up. Like this is all right, cool. Yeah. Like it's momentum moving and. Like they're excited for the moment,
for the opportunity,
the opportunity. And so again, they play Thursday at maybe 8 or something like that, 8 p.m. or something like that. So a good portion of the group is flying out maybe like 4:30, 5:30, Thursday morning, like maybe 6. It might have been like 6.
Oh, so a group actually flew out.
Well, we'll get there in a second.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
But saying all that to say, Wednesday night, maybe about 9:30. Get that call. Ring, ring. I might have missed the first one.
He missed the first two.
Yeah, I might have missed the first.
He missed the first two. He missed the first two.
Come on, Q. You always missing calls. Man.
He missed the first two.
I was like, damn, something must be happening. All right, let me. Yeah. I might have called back, or he might have called. I can't remember what it was.
We called again,
and then I get the call, and the guy's on the phone. He's like, I got Wayne too, and then he's kind of like talking through like a scenario, and there's a lot of things. And my main thing was just like, well, shit. Are they going to be able to make it there? If they're not, what's the plan of action? Because of this is live period, and we want to find them boys somewhere to be at. Yeah. Like I understand all of like the sob stories and like the different things.
Yeah.
Cool. Like if like I can remove like any emotional investment. Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
So that was kind of like my space.
That was the beauty of the conversation, honestly. Like literally, because I'm on the phone as well. And when I hear, because I'm taking my cues from I'm taking my emotional cue from Q.
Yeah.
Because I know.
Yeah.
I'm on 1,000.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting you know, I'm on 1,000, bro. You know what I mean? So, because mind you, I'm in my room. My son is in his room. He's already packed.
Yep. And
he's packed and ready to go.
Yeah.
So our last conversation was, what time are you taking me to the airport?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know, bro. So in a sense now, that's our communication for the night. He made sure he had a smoothie. He had his daggone protein for the night. We good to go. You good. So I'm chilling. So I get the phone call and I'm just dealing with it. So now I'm starting to get hit because I'm understanding what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily processing the next step. I'm just almost in the moment.
Yeah.
So when it gets Q on the line, then Q was like, you know what? Cool. What's the plan of action? That made me like, okay, all right. I needed bro to say that, because now bro would have went left or right.
Like, it was gonna be a lot of,
you know what I mean? So he kept it calm. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we thinking the same way. We're optimistic right now of everything. We're not sitting there saying nothing's gonna happen. We're just being, and kind of put the optimism on him. It's like, hey, just go figure it out. Let us know what's up. Let's figure it out. So this is, like he says, about 9. I say again, then I say about an hour and a half later, we get another phone call. That's when bro was like, I ain't doing this no more. And I understood where he was coming from. And it's Chris. You know, Chris is like, you know, I haven't been communicated with right now. I'm not sure of myself. Yeah. And even I'm going to be able to be there for the guys. So, you know, I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all as parents, as black men, as you know, whatever we want to call it. I'm just trying to be as open right now as possible, as transparent as possible right now. So if there is something that needs to be done, I understand. Yeah. So now, you know, he calls back with I'm not sure if I'm going. So if they do go and figure it out, I'm not going to be the one coaching. Okay, I get that. So then it gets to the point like we're still talking. Like, so man, I don't feel like it's going to happen. This is Chris talking to, you know, man. He's like, I don't feel like it's going to happen. All right, cool. Now in the back of my mind is, now I'm racing like I can't go across this house, knock on my son's door, open his door and tell him he's not going to play this weekend in a live period. Yeah. So, you know, for me, it's like plan B, plan C is already trying to work itself out. So I'm on the horn now. I'm hitting the fam, hitting the flavors. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what you got going on? What you woo? You know what I mean? So end up finding a situation that worked for us even before the actual word goes out. Cause I'm sitting on standby like, all right, bro, till I hear this, we gonna see what's up. So we end up getting an email. We get an email from the head guy, you know. And basically it's saying that, you know, due to unforeseen circumstances, you know, unbeknownst to us or above us or below us or anything we can control, we're not going. So this is around
this is the same night you get the bombs dropped.
Bro, everything was within like an hour and a half. Maybe.
Well, I really would say it really started. Remember, the text message actually started about 12. So it's about a 12-hour period because we got
I might not.
He missed the email. The email sent out was like,
"Hey, we need some money for these things." Yeah.
So we get an email kind of early, like we need some. It's like, hold on, bro. Like, from my understanding, these two taken care of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now, mind you, the team has rocked that way because the other 6 were good to go.
Yeah.
Mind you, now we're gonna get to the point we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's actually a family that's touched down on Wednesday night. So now, mind you, you get off the plane.
Oh, wait, let's not walk there yet.
Okay, cool.
So, just going to it where you was at. And again, I think that this is a good like. Even there's a no glaze. But like, come on, because there's a bunch of.
I told you kill them.
There's a bunch of parents in here. There's a bunch of kids and like coaches as well. Yeah. But I know that like that conversation that you alluded to was one that like I was like, damn. Yeah. Last time I just talked to him, I was telling him make sure you got your deodorant and your toothbrush. Yeah. Make sure everything is packed. You got how many outfits you got? Yeah. Because I wasn't going. I was just dropping them off.
We have already decided that we were not going on any trip that didn't benefit us.
Yeah. So I was over there.
Daytona was the last one because
the beach. I let Chris know in advance I wasn't making it.
Yeah, I said the same
this
as
one
well.
Or Memphis, and you know what I mean. Cute. He's on y'all. Y'all got him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, but they're young men now. And that's the things we put on them. You know, it's like y'all done flew to Cali, but mine even last year flew to Cali with the crew. Yeah. So you're already outside, bro. You know what I mean? With this, ain't too much to say. We're gonna make sure everything you just pack. Your backpack, your underwear, your drawers.
Make sure you get through TSA.
Yeah. Can you get through TSA? That's all that really matters.
No baby oil in your bag.
You got your ID, you got your flight, all that type of stuff. So yeah.
So I was so like the last conversation I had with him was pretty much that, and then getting like that initial conversation, there was the like, damn, all right, let me text him, tell him come down here. Let me pretty much break this down to him, let him know. And then there's also the other part where you are also alluding to the title, the season's over, where it's like, get him to understand, no, if y'all don't go here, there is no Memphis. There is no last session.
There's no last session. This is
pretty much like this things don't get figured out. Yeah. This kind of is it. And like I'm a realist, so I'm like kind of just break it to him inside like that very much term. And so I know with me, I said, all right, shit about to hit the fan. I'm about to go upstairs and go to sleep, bro. I set my alarm for 4:00. So like, if things figured itself out, I was gonna wake up and have enough time to get to the hotel. Yeah.
So that's what he left it off at. Yeah. His last part of the conversation was, you know what? Y'all figured out. I got my alarm set for 4. So in his mind, he's ultimately optimistic that we're gonna wake up, tickets gonna be there, we good. Like we done figured it out, y'all. Don't even worry about it.
And if not, I was going like what happened, we was gonna figure it out in the morning. Yeah. Like, and this is not to jump too far ahead of the conversation. A bit of it was also like the idea that I know that my son, a lot of the kids they built enough traction to where within an hour, they had somewhere to land at. And I kind of had faith in that as well.
Oh, for sure.
To where like, if this don't work out, we'll figure it out in the morning, and we'll make things happen. But I stopped you when you said all right. So I went to sleep. I also understood that if things went awry, it was about to be a crash and burn circus. Yeah. And so I knew, like, listen, I'm gonna catch up in the morning. I'm gonna just scroll the timeline on Twitter. I'm sure I'm gonna see it all, right? So
I stayed up for all the smoke. I stayed up for all the smoke.
So
what's coming?
What? Yeah. So I'm gonna toss it back to Wayne, where he can speak about like there was actually then you find out some parents did touch down.
Oh yeah. So you actually find out, like I say, it was an 8-man team that was going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I alluded to your fact the QJ and Zion, was the other 6 were already good. You know what I mean? So in the sense that even one family was even ahead of the curve. They actually touched down. So imagine you touch down, right? You get off the plane, you take your phone off airplane mode. So you know what happens when you take your phone off airplane mode, right? It literally catches up with everything
that's coming in.
Now imagine you get off that plane, took that phone off airplane mode, and you see daggone something that says, due to unfortunate situations,
it ain't no tournament.
No, we shutting it down.
Wait, I'm here already. What? I done paid my hotel. I done flew out. This is what the parents would be saying, right?
My goodness.
Like, and I can't get the refund on the hotel that not the flight that I already did.
Nah, bro, can't get none of that.
Probably can't get that hotel refund back either because it's past 24 hours.
24 hours already. So so you're talking about, you got a set of parents that literally have touched down and literally open up their phone to see that not only is things canceled though, but the other 7 players you were expecting to show up ain't coming that way.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, you really have no background as to really why, what, who, or anything. You just really just like at a loss for words. So as a family, you're talking about, I've entrusted a situation with my child, with my money, with my everything.
That money part.
Oh, you know what I mean? So
do you turn it into a vacation? Like at this point?
Well, I mean,
they were blessed.
I would say this right here, bro. When you say that them kids are covered, and I'm talking about the cover with the blood of God, bro.
Yeah.
The kid that touched down was able to, the owners of P32 found the situation for him to play in the tournament still with another team.
Oh.
So he ended up playing with SKG.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
They figured it out to
They figured it out. He actually got to play in the show and everything.
Team
like that.
Slay had one of the guys from Team Slay had reached out, so I got them connected a little bit too.
Yeah.
And I think they ended up staying P32 and they went SKG.
Yeah.
But that is the beauty, and I think that as we keep walking the conversation, it does come to a part where there's the beauty of like the basketball community.
Yeah, and everybody being on.
Yeah, because I think even like maybe by 8:00, a lot of the kids already had situations.
Yeah, I think we were probably the last situation that me and Chris was able to get with somebody was, I think, maybe around about 11 to 12 on Thursday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, and if you go through the Twitter feeds and everything for people I follow, he follow, you can see the responses of like, bro, what you need? What's up?
Mm-hmm.
DMs like, what you got? What you need? Mm-hmm. I mean, it got to a point that Sims was like, bro, I give you 8 jersey tape, the 8 you got, and y'all go play in Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
Just to keep the boys together. Like it was like even in situations like that where people really were reaching out.
Shout out Sims,
man. Shout out Team Shaw. Shout out a lot of the AAU community.
Shout out Elite One. Shout out Elite One. Shout out SKG.
One of one SKG.
Yeah, 1 of 1. Yep.
Anthony Morrow Elite. Team Global Select. Like just shout out to all these programs that literally formed an avenue for kids that just want to play basketball play basketball, man.
Right.
With and then a lot of these situations, these kids came in where people had taken care of things financially, like even adding them to that and not making these kids pay money and anything like that. Like, bro, like
just come on.
That goes a long way just for the programs itself. And
shout
the
out
people.
Phenom
Hoops.
What's the guy name? Is it Rick?
Rick Lewis.
Who's the guy that called you?
Is it Kobe or Rick Lewis?
Say it again.
Or Tyler.
Huh? Yeah, what is it? POB Scouts? Like,
yeah.
So I know he already landed in spot, but he called him like, "Hey, want to make sure that you active this weekend. Make sure you playing." Bro. I'm like I say, shout out to Nick. Something for you.
Shout out to Nick at 101 Prep. Shout out to just many of these organizations that were even hitting the inbox of myself, my son. That were just even. After we had figured out something, it was still people hitting us up like, "Yo, what about the other guys?
Mm-hmm.
Are they good?" Yeah,
and man, that just felt so heartwarming to know that it's bigger than just an organization. It's bigger than just a player playing for somebody else. It's about literally the kids themselves, man. And that shit, it really hit.
Yeah,
it really hit home, bro. Like these kids really found the spot and everything, man. Like, I hate the way things went down.
Yeah.
And I hate how it spiraled to one of the biggest reality shows for like 12 hours on Twitter. Like, you talking about some of the more entertaining things that had been posted in a while.
Yeah.
I literally went down the Twitter rabbit hole because you find out who don't like who at a time like this right here.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I never get into things like that. My thing is I'm all about supporting the basketball community, being the best advocate for players, trainer, coach that I can be. The best dad I can be. So I try to stay away from all the politics.
I needed Wayne's not IG,
my Twitter
feed. So listen, I don't really be I don't really be tapped.
Your algorithm ain't right.
I don't really be tapped in. I just knew I kept going to Chris's, and I was like, is it more gasoline pouring?
Yeah. Oh man, nah. And it was bigger than that, but it was just the basketball because I ain't gonna even call this guy out because he has a cease and desist order.
Oh man,
he was going in. It got to a fact that him and Chris I guess they had beef before.
Oh, I missed
They squashed their beef just to talk, more about other things. So I was like, this is entertaining though. But more than anything else, I don't want to talk about anyone negative. Like I say, I'm not about anyone negative. We neutral.
Yeah.
But just as a dad, in which I can speak on,
you're right.
I was disappointed in how it was handled.
Yeah.
From a managerial structure,
up or down.
And that's all I can, that's all I really have to say about that is just, I was just, kind of unmoved by that. I felt like there should have been more professionalism things happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And I can't speak on how it is to run a program. You more so can yourself though, but I can imagine there are things that may happen, situations that may happen though, but I just felt like there should have been a more direct communication, not even with myself, but with the young men that were part of that organization and being representatives of you and you of them. I felt that there was more warranted for them than anything else.
You're right. It should be. It's all about them, man.
Yeah, because I've been quoted as saying like, I wish bro would have reached out to me just as a man. But the more and more I've kind of the days have passed and I've grown past, it's been more so like I just want bro to reach out to the boys, to our young men.
I get that.
Because more than anything else, and I think Q can allude to this as well, there were opportunity within the last 2 weeks that was presented to us to actually go do something different. Which my young man and his young man said, no, I'm going to remain loyal.
Right. And do what we do.
To the program and to the situation and not turn my back on something to only be slapped in the face.
And I think that we're just like that. That's probably like one of the bigger things in even like the whole scenario, how it went down. I think all the parents, for the most part, would have had acceptance of like, even if this was like stated by Monday or something like that, 3 to 4 days in advance. Because of, as you said, the loyalty word gets thrown out a lot. Loyal, XYZ. But the interesting thing is like sometimes loyalty to a fault, where, as Wayne said, a lot of kids like they had other people reach out and be like, hey, we trying to get you on this XYZ circuit, XYZ circuit play. And the idea was like, nah, you know what? I like to start and finish things. And we're gonna ride with the crew that we came with, and we're gonna finish this off this way.
And you teaching your boys that.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? And that was the beauty of it for me, because people were reaching out to me about situations, I was like, no, I'm about to send you his number.
Yeah.
I want you to talk to him about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was the one that made the decision to remain loyal.
Yeah.
It wasn't no dad influence, wasn't no mom influence. It was him as a young man being raised the way we've raised him. And he responded in a sense that made him seem more of a man than maybe you had expected.
Yeah.
You may have thought he would have been like, what? Oh, word, I'm gonna jump in. Free. Nah. Bro, I felt the need to remain loyal. And I felt like we've raised our kids in that way to not necessarily be loyal, but to finish something you started. If you said you wasn't gonna do this, we're gonna finish off with this.
And you just finish your food.
That's a good thing to do.
And I guess one quick housekeeping. shout out to everybody in the chat. Chat, look like we got about 20 of y'all in here right now. Let us know where you from. If you got any questions, talk to us. Throw some questions in there. We're about to go through some of the IG questions in a second. Again, y'all got a little quick POV of the reality show that is youth basketball in the live
travel basketball. Don't know live period.
1-on-1.
Yeah, in the live period. But yeah, I guess like my ending statements, I guess that I would say is that, you know, like to me, it was a couple of different parts that I thought was valuable. Yeah. And I know, like for me, I felt that I could only get so upset because there was parents that had way more reason to really be mad.
Yeah.
And like there was a different level of investment that some people couldn't get back. Like I remember talking to a guy while we was in Raleigh and was like, I still ain't got my money back from the plane tickets that we just booked. And I was thinking about like chilling. And then you know what? Tuesday I said, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go get me a ticket too. Just to go ahead and fly out there. I was just gonna send him, but I'm gonna fly out there too. And I'm like, damn, like that's the tough part.
Yeah.
Where, you know, if programs, and this is, I guess, what we could throw into that. If there's like some real issues happening, transparency is always like the easiest route. The thing is like us as parents, we're all adults. The program directors and parents, we're all adults.
Yeah.
In which it's easy to run from the hard conversation, but the reality is that the hard conversation is what's needed. And the hard conversation 9 times out of 10 isn't as bad as what the fallout from not having that conversation would be.
Yeah.
And like this would be one of those examples where, again, everybody's cool if you just say, hey, we kind of overshot and it didn't work and cool. It gave people enough time. They could cancel XYZ. But you do detriment to your program and a lot of things that's attached and surrounded when it ends up becoming like a soap opera in a reality show. And it plays itself out inside the sphere of social media, inside the world, XYZ. And
that's why I'm not saying no names. You know what I mean? You can figure it out yourself, the name, whatever you want to do when it comes to all that, but that's not for me to be out here.
Yeah, and I don't have any blame to put any. Like I said, I'm not somebody that's really mad because of my personal investment. It's minimal to some other people's to where like it's their grievance to really have. Yeah. You know what I
think the only thing that really kind of hit also was by not communicating, because you hear afterwards that there were actually parents that were looking that they were mentioning like, yo, if I would have known that, we could have just
well, that's the other part of the issue is that like
because by
shout out to our parents, we got some aight parents. Like they doing aight for
themselves.
Yeah. And
like network, like you go network for real. Them parents, for real.
Well, come on to death row.
No.
You know, because I mean, hey, look, I'm transparent. I'm all of it. Hey, when y'all said all this, I'm like, that sound like me.
He said, shit, you don't want the executive producer dancing all in the video.
You don't want them to
call your song
the night of to say you ain't going. Come to death row.
You don't want the assistant coach yelling too much on the side.
We don't do that. Or we just who.
Yeah, death row. Nah, but I will say that more than anything else, that was the first time in a long time that we actually experienced the other side of travel basketball. You know, for the most part, things had kind of run somewhat seamlessly.
Yeah.
You know, over the last, year or so, being a part of that, I couldn't foresee this in May. I couldn't foresee this in mid-June. You know what I mean? I couldn't even foresee this last week finishing up in Big Shocks that, so, to speak on that is like, things were good in a sense from our perspective, from our POV. We couldn't have assumed that things would go awry within 7 days. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I'm not going to keep harping on it though, but I mean, it did happen. It was an experience that was had, unfortunate. It put the guys in a position to find other situations though, but the fortunate portion of it was that it's a blessing basketball community that I give kudos to, tremendous kudos to more than anything else, because I mean, there were guys reaching out about guys they didn't know by name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, to kind of end that segment, it's a blessing that they still got to play live, period. All the guys didn't miss anything, you know, just so happened just didn't get to travel to do it, though. But as far as getting to play basketball, every single kid that in a sense had missed out found something.